Hello everybody, this is Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield from Transport Evolved. I'm in the back seat of a BYD E6 and in the front seat
is me, Mark Chatterley. Hello.
Hello, welcome to another quick charge. It was almost a quick crash there, but let's say hello to another quick charge. Mark, you're driving the BYD E6. I think you felt a little bit queasy after the trip round in the Tesla Model S, so now you're
quick. I plan a more sedate trip
in the BYD E6. Now the E6, Chinese car, already used throughout China, going to be coming to London soon as the Green Tomato Cars London taxi, effectively, for Green Tomato Cars, private taxi firm. Now, Mark, first impressions?
It is lovely to drive, actually, very nice and smooth. I've managed to turn the windscreen wipers on, which was good. Which way, follow that one?
Yes, follow the blue side.
Very loud motor.
Yeah, it's quite
that way?
stiff in the rear as well, I must say. The suspension feels quite heavy.
Yes, it's a very heavy car. You can feel that it's a heavy car, but that's probably down to the fact it's got an absolutely huge battery pack powering it.
61 kilowatts? 61 kilowatt hours.
Yeah, which is amazingly huge, which is I think leads to the range it said, or on the leaflet that I picked up said 186 miles, which is massive.
Is that homologated or is that?
I didn't see any thing. It's got very aggressive regen actually, which is lovely to drive. I quite like cars with aggressive regen, which is very nice.
Well, the dashboard's very interesting as well because it's got this
over there
digital dash on it, hasn't it? It was all digital, and
this one here.
It looks like it's keep going around, follow the bus, Mark.
Following the bus.
It looks like it could be customizable, which is interesting.
And it definitely doesn't have any lack of power to it. You feel like you can just go. I'm gonna let the bus carry on. Are we going straight on?
Yeah.
Just goes by the bus.
Yeah. And definitely, I mean, going down on the accelerator, it's just pulling away, which is lovely.
Sorry, Mark.
That's okay. Bumpy bits here. And these, I mean, that's very different to the Model S which we did. I guess this is riding much higher up on the road, so you could hear the noise from them a lot, but there was very little shake as I went round. It's actually a really nice drive. It feels to me a bit like I'm driving an electric truck. Does that make sense?
I get the feeling in the back as well. It feels more like a bus than it does a car.
I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. It feels solid. It's sticking to the road. Very nice as we go around the corners. I do feel it fighting me a little bit on the corners to go round.
It's quite rolly in the back, it must be said.
But in terms of speed and braking, sorry, testing the brakes. I love how responsive it is to what I want it to do in terms of acceleration and braking. It's very nice. And I actually, having speaking to someone who likes the quiet noise of my car, there is something quite satisfying about putting my foot on the accelerator and hearing the motor kick up. That's got quite a nice feel to it.
How's the driving position, Mark?
I feel high. I feel strong and powerful. I guess how I would explain it. I feel like I'm surveying the road rather than driving the road, if that makes any sense. As you can tell, I'm not a motoring journalist, and I don't know the phrases, but I feel good. I don't know, there are a few niggles, like you said. Going around corners, it seems to fight me a bit, and there's a bit of roll involved. And there are lots of buttons and lots of displays. I don't know if you can see the dash from back there, Nikki, but
yeah.
It's a complex dash.
It reminds me a little bit of a Toyota dashboard from the...
That's the speed.
Okay.
And this is the
Yes, so I've got... it's actually got a percentage meter.
left.
Yeah.
The range at present is 45 miles left. But they were already latest report.
And is that customizable? Can we swap and move things from that, or is that static?
Static.
Now, the thing that makes me a little, curious is that this is only going to be fleet. It's not going to be for sale, at least initially.
Which is a shame, because with the size of the battery pack, I mean, it's got that really going for it. The fact that you can drive and drive and drive this. I mean, it's not Model S territory, but it's much longer range than any other pure
Well,
EV
on paper,
Model S.
I mean,
On paper.
you know, range tests,
This is
notwithstanding.
21% radius, and it's not liking it hugely.
No, it's sounding a little strained on that.
It's going up around here. So it's got the power on a flat, and it's got lots of power on the flat, it feels like, but when that's translated to going up a hill, it doesn't seem to like it as much. I'm slowing down to this lovely corner. It's fighting me a little bit, but it was okay. I think from a first impressions point of view, the dash is a little complex. I like the sound, which is surprising even to me. But I like the power. I guess the torque from start is what I really like. It pulls away very, very nicely, and it brakes and has quite aggressive regen.
I will say something, Mark. The seatbelt has got hold of me and it won't let go, and it's just getting tighter and tighter.
It's like a boa constrictor.
It's just getting tighter and tighter every time you brake. It's getting tighter and tighter.
I've linked the brake to your but
which is, you know,
I
very
didn't go over
interesting.
the rumble strips.
Anyway.
I thought I'd give the car a break.
Anything else to say, Mark?
No, I'd like to spend more time with it, and I guess that's what it comes down to. These short videos come down to is I'd like to spend more time with it to get to know it a lot better.